Hey everyone, Phil Stevenson, Mortgage Nerd here again, talking about recession indicators. What does that mean? These are things that indicate a recession is coming. Starting with the inverted yield curve, something we've talked about, something you've heard a lot about in the news in the last couple weeks, the 10 to the 2-year yield. That's going to be our first video. Second video is unemployment and recessions. So we're going to talk about unemployment. We're going to talk about the 30-year interest rates past 50 years. We're going to talk about housing and recession. So differences in those, that's a different indicator. And then finally, we're going to be talking about births. So differences in births in the United States, 33 years later, that's when you're a first-time home buyer. So depending on what was going on at the time that we had a rise in births or a drop in births, helps show us what could happen in housing or in the markets 33 years later. Pretty interesting stuff. Let's start with the inverted yield curve. Okay, so on my screen we have the 10-year yield and minus the 2-year yield. That's the zero line. The zero line is when the 10 gets below the 2. So whenever we see that, we have this red, and then soon after you have the shaded area, that's a recession. You see it here in the 80s. Soon after, 12 to 18 months, boom. It happens here, 12 to 18 months, boom, recession. Twice in the 80s. Then over here in the 90s, just inverted a little bit, not a ton, had the recession there. Over here in early 2000s, same thing, recession. September 11th was this area right here. So then, of course, our last recession, which was the market crash, and you see the 10 to the 2 dropped, and it wasn't too much, and it actually came out. We saw it got out of the inversion, the 10 became higher than the 2 before the recession even started. So here we are again, this is us now, or actually that was us recently. We know now we're inverted, so when is it going to come? I've been saying for over a year and a half, you'll see it in my videos, that by the end of 2020, beginning of 2021, in that area we should see a recession. So that's pretty much it. Thank you.